Hey, this is Jack with iMovie Tutorials Guy, and today I'm going to be going over transitions, titles, and sounds in iMovie. So, the first thing we want to do is just get our clips by clicking and dragging. So we have our two clips here. These are just from another project I've done. And so, just two random clips, and the first thing we want to do is add a transition between these two clips. And if you don't know what a transition is, it's basically just something to connect two clips rather than just having it cut like here, so you can go down here, just click play on the space, and it just cuts. So if we wanted something a little more creative than that, we go ahead down here to Content Library, which is in the lower left side of your screen. If you don't have this, you can click Show, and click on Transitions, and iMovie has this whole set of transitions for you to choose from. I use the top 4 the most, but you can pretty much use any of these. So let's say I want this cross zoom, you can mouse over it to look at it. So let's say I don't really like that one, so let's go to mosaic, and ooh, that one looks cool. So let's go ahead and drag it. You click it and drag it over the clips, and it's going to shorten the clips just because each one of them will overlap, which will change the time, but that's not really something to be worried about right now. So let's look at this clip, and there it goes. Sorry, my computer just lagged up, but that's the transition, that mosaic effect. So next thing we want to do, let's say we want to add a title. So right under transitions in the content library, you're going to go ahead and click on titles. And once again, iMovie has a great selection of effects. I've used this one a lot. Once again, I like the beginning ones more just because they're less cheesy like these ones, but they're interesting to use, like a Star Wars credit effect, pixie dust boogie lights, organic, whatever you want. So let's say I want one that focuses like this. This one's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and click it, and wherever you want it in your video, you probably just want it at the very beginning. So go ahead and drop it right there. It'll tell you how many seconds this is. So it's 4.0 seconds, and I haven't put anything yet, so it says title text here. So you're gonna go ahead and double click on it, and then wait for that. And from here you can edit it. This is on the inspector or the adjust button. So let's say I want this to be called, oh, whoops, that messed up. Alright, so let's put the text back where we had it, and make sure you click on it, and let's say you want this to be called iMovie Tutorials Guide. So you can just go ahead and type in that box, and if I don't like the way the white looks against the sun sidewalk, I'll go ahead and highlight it, and oops. Well, we can go ahead and wash it before we change anything. Make sure that it looks good. Alright, so that's how we like it. So now, click on it again. And, sorry, it's a little tricky. And I'm not sure why that's doing that, so I will be back in a second. Okay, so I figured out that because this is this is fixed in place, this title, by iMovie, you cannot edit it, which is sort of a disappointment, but we can go ahead and just finish it, and so there that is. And you can, actually never mind, you can't. So that's limited use, I guess, on that type of thing, but you can change how long it is. Let's say I want it to start later but end at the same time, maybe at 3 seconds, or yeah, last 3 seconds. So there it goes. And next we have the maps and backgrounds. I think I forgot to mention that in my intro, actually. So now let's say I have a I guess thing of me going in this video. I go to France, so I'm gonna use a map to show me going to France. So they have Old World, Watercolor, Educational, and Blue Marble. You have Globe, Map, and Still. I like the globe. I think that one's pretty cool. And let's go ahead and use the Educational globe. Let's go ahead and put that there, and we can scroll back on our timeline. So now here we have, and it has it going to San Francisco to nowhere. So you can click that and go up here, and on the adjust button, this will be up here. So on the route, so I'm gonna go from, let's just say I live in New York City. So you can go ahead and search wherever you live. They actually have a lot of options here. I didn't realize that. So we're going to New York City to Paris, France. So that's going to be a nice, that's going to be a nice trip. And I'm not sure, let's go to Paris, alright. So we can go ahead and scroll through here. So there our video ends. Then we go from New York City, globe turns to Paris. And let's say I want to extend that, all that'll do is just make the dot move slower. So that's all the extending will do, and we can even change the style from here. So if I want it to be old world instead of educational, I can go ahead and click that. And they have the same thing except without the globe turning with the map, or they just have a map. So this is a pretty cool feature. And then you also have these, which are cool for backgrounds. I guess maybe if you have a green screen, you want the background to be red, you want the background to be pinstripes, whatever you need. So this is nice. You can just go ahead and drag here. Most people will probably use these as a backdrop for a title. So there's a cool title thing right there. Next you can choose I don't really have any songs on my iTunes on this account, but you can choose sound effects, and iMovie actually has a great collection of sound effects on the iLife package, which you should have. And instead of scrolling through, you are probably going to want to choose, you will not have this I have Final Cut Pro sound effects. Unless you have Final Cut Pro, you're not going to have this. iLife sound effects is what you're looking for. So let's say I want to make have a bear roaring. They might not actually have this, but so animals, and then I'll go ahead and search bear. And nope, they do not have bear. So let's say, let's want a dog barking. So we can go ahead and listen to that. Alright, so that's a pretty nice sound effect. Let's say for some reason we want that over the title. Alright, so there's our sound effect in there. And GarageBand, if you made your own song that you want to put in there, you could choose from there. You have any songs that you download from iTunes, you can put in there. So this is nice. There's some really cool effects, even some ones that'll be good for, I guess, like random movies, like these type of things, shuttle landing. Anyway, you get the point. So they have all kinds of cool effects for you to choose from. iMovie is great for beginners, and just you can use it to your advantage. Just learn it, and once you've learned it, you can really take advantage of what it can do. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go into more detail in some future tutorials, but thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, and I'll answer to the best of my ability. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.